I'm hoping to be home by then.
All right.
All right. We definitely have some extra people on today because of Doug's project broadcast.
If you're new, hello and welcome. I'm glad you got my my broadcast thing. I don't typically, if you did see that, I know a lot of people are answering me back. I don't really check those messages too much. It's really just a broadcast. I'm still getting them right now. Thanks. Love this communication.
All right, Cindy, we're glad you found it, and we're glad you're here.
I'll be on.
Awesome.
Can you record it? Hello, hello, hello.
We are currently recording.
Hey!
But it's not coming on
Can
Facebook.
you stream it on Facebook?
No, it's preparing. It doesn't want
Facebook
to.
has not been very nice.
Facebook is denying.
Huh. Well, we can put it on YouTube and then put it up there.
Yeah, we'll have to do that.
What are we going to do?
All right, so we've got
How's everybody feeling
28
today?
people on.
Anybody have
What
something
broadcast are you guys
exciting
talking
to share?
about?
Go ahead, Denise.
What broadcast are you talking about?
I have, well,
Text message.
there's a thing called Project Broadcast, and let me find you.
So it broadcasts to hundreds of people a message individually.
See, for some reason
You might
Denise
not be on there.
on that download. I don't know why. Huh.
We have to add you, Denise, to remind you.
Okay, but where am I going to look for this?
Oh,
On
well,
text.
it comes from a different phone number because otherwise I'd be sending 600 text messages to my phone. Then I would get all these text messages. I'd never be able to use the phone again. So I use a
Okay, so it's
service.
a text.
So it's another phone number.
So it's a text message.
It's a text message. Yes.
Okay.
SMS text. All right, guys. So we ready to get rolling?
Yeah.
Oh, let's get rolling. All right. So today we're going to talk about reaching out and how to start conversations online or through. So when we talk about these messages, we're talking, so let me just say this. We were talking to we talked to a lot of people, right? So we figured out that on the team, there's some people that aren't as comfortable like messaging out. Now, in order
you don't have any schoolwork?
to share Juice Plus and get customers, you have to reach out to people. Well, some people are even thinking like, how do I even start that conversation? What do I do? What the heck? So we want to direct you. You're going to notice we're always trying to direct you guys back to the resources, which the Freedom Revolution is the place to go. So let me walk you through, and then we'll discuss it. We'll do a little role playing. We'll have a good time with this. All right, let me make this small. Okay. All right, so when you go to training, probably could get there through getting started also, but sharing with others. Now, oh my gosh, Gwen, it was 34 degrees there. I got to stay on track. I can't handle that. I was reading. All right, so if you go to thefreedomrevolution.com, the password is revolution. Go to training, sharing with others. Oh, good, it's asking me for my password. You get to see it. Revolution. All right, so as I scroll down, it shows you great things about how to share with people. Of course, you make a list. You think about, who would I talk to? If you can't figure out, like, who would I even talk to? There's a document that gives you ideas of who you might talk to. Yeah. Sharon, who can I talk to today? I don't know, Doug. How about your friends on Facebook? Okay. It's really helpful. Even though we've been doing this like 20 years, we can look at this and still figure out some things.
It jogs your memory.
Music teachers. I used to be a music teacher. Still am, I guess. Pilots. I know some pilots. Randy Burnson. I could talk to Randy
you
Burnson.
never have, right? So it
I've
helps
never
you.
talked to him about that. Neighbors. You name it. Go through your phone. Go through your contacts, your email addresses, all these different ideas. All right? So it gives you just ideas on who you could talk to. All right, so we're back to the sharing with others. Verbiage under the power of three-way connections. Not sure why it's there sometimes.
Yeah, I didn't think it was there. I guess it was. I thought it was under sharing.
Well, I found it there. So I think it's in multiple places.
Okay.
All right, so before we go to form, which everybody should know, let's talk about looking and listening for a connection. Because even if let's say you're on Facebook and you're thinking like, well, we heard somebody just yesterday say to us, well, how do you even start a conversation with somebody? What are you even going to talk about? Well, first of all, if you've never read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, that's an important book. You should definitely check that out. But we'll give you some other ideas right here. Here's a way to start up your conversations. I love seeing your family pictures on Facebook. So you go through Facebook and you just find something and start a conversation one-on-one. You go into Messenger. Hey, well, you're probably not going to say it was great to see you at the gym, but maybe you saw them at the grocery store. You know, I'm sorry to see that your kids are sick. I noticed your post about whatever. So no matter what they're posting about, you can say, hey, I noticed your post about whatever. Tell me more about it. You know, what's going on with that? So you just start up a conversation. But when you start to talk to somebody, sometimes it can be a little scary. Like, what am I supposed to talk about? Remember, form, F-O-R-M. Family, occupation, recreation, money, or motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So you want to do a role play?
Yeah. Can we go back to who to talk to for just 1 second?
Mm-hmm.
What I notice is I see the same people all the time on Facebook. And so when I'm thinking about it, which isn't always the case, I need to go to my friends list instead.
I love that I saw this on my text this morning.
Go ahead and mute. Okay. So the fantasy for me and a proactive way to do the business would be for me to just go into Facebook, start going down my friends list and saying, oh, I haven't talked to this one for a long time. Let me go to their wall and see what's happening in their life and then reaching out to them. That's just another way. You could go by your news feed, you know, whatever, but I feel like I'm missing so many people that I could see if I just look at my timeline. I see the same people over and over. Yes, right. I'm ready for the role.
So we reach out. So so when we talk to people, I talked to somebody yesterday and then another one this morning where they feel like when they start talking to somebody, it's not like authentic, or that maybe they feel phony because they're going to like try to talk about Juice Plus, but they're tricking them. Well, just don't do that. I've always heard it said, if you don't want to be weird, just don't be weird. You know, and I'm not saying you're really weird. I'm just saying if you don't want to be awkward, don't make it awkward. You know, so just if you use form, but you're authentic and you really care about people, then it might go something like this. So I'll be, let's say we're not married. You're
you.
I'm Doug. Who are you?
Somebody.
Okay.
Who should I think of?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm thinking of someone. Go ahead.
Okay. Hey, Susie.
Okay. I'm Susie.
Hey, Susie, I saw your pictures. How's on Facebook with your family? You guys are looking good. How's things going during the quarantine?
Things are pretty good. It's a little hectic with the kids being home for school, you know.
I know, same thing over here. Now, by the way, this could be on phone. It could be on Messenger. It could be on, what's that
today
thing?
We're talking about
Marco
blitzing.
Polo.
We're talking about blitzing.
All right, so I'm thinking Messenger in my mind.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, it's a little crazy over here too. How are you handling, having the kids at home? What's that like?
I just try to get all done, in the morning.
Oh, cool. And which one's in school now?
Jimmy Dean.
Jimmy Dean is in school. What grade is Jimmy Dean in?
I should not role play. Jimmy Dean is in 2nd grade now.
Oh, okay. So what's the online school experience like for Jimmy Dean?
Sorry. He's doing
this
really
being
well.
recorded.
I know, it's so terrible. Okay. Oh, man. I should never role play again.
Well, maybe you need wine.
I don't need wine. That's the thing. Okay, so he's very focused. He's doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm a little bored.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're happy with the schooling. That's great. Yeah, we try to get it done in the morning too, but there's still like a lot of time in the afternoon. So, we've been trying to keep active and that's going pretty good.
Is this still you're messaging me? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm talking about family.
So we're just having a conversation. All
right. So as you go through form, you talk about family. Now, how long can that go? So I've heard some, I'm out of character now by break character. People sometimes will say, well, gosh, how long do you want to have a conversation for? I don't know. I want to be a good listener. Remember to be more interested than interesting. So you're not going to like, just like get on there and be like, hey, Sharon, how's it going during quarantine? Are you open to hearing more about an opportunity?
What are you talking about?
What if somebody sends you that? What are you going to do?
Respond.
I'm going to say, please remove me from your mailing list.
That might be why somebody would get ghosted. Because you don't know what to respond. Sometimes when I don't know what to respond, I just don't respond.
Just don't respond.
That might be a thing.
So let's say the family conversation has run its
I'm going
course.
to try to stop.
Because you were a little
laughing.
difficult. Well, gosh. Well, how's it going with work for you? Are you remote?
I'm really just lounging around the pool.
You're not working?
Oh, no, I'm furloughed.
Oh, my gosh. Well, is that going to, is that after the quarantine and stuff, is that going to come back for you? Or?
Well, we're furloughed for like a month, and then they'll decide, I think. But, I mean, I'm watching the news. This could go on forever, for a long time. So I don't know, because I don't know if my job will even exist.
Wow. You're not going to ask me about mine?
Oh. No.
Okay. Wow. Well, I'm really sorry to hear that.
I'm in my own space.
So I was expecting that
how's it going for you, Doug?
No, but if she was a good conversationalist, she would ask me about mine. Okay. But apparently she's not one of those warm people.
I'm busy, man.
So
I'm on
so she's thinking about herself. So then I could transition, I could pivot that and say, wow, I'm really sorry to hear that. That's really hard. We've been very fortunate over here because our Juice Plus business actually has been up. It's been going pretty well. So
I'm so happy for you. I see you guys posting all the time with the gardens.
Yes.
That looks so cool.
The Tower Garden is really taking off. And, the thing is, with people being concerned, now I can do my mini Juice Plus presentation. Boom, my door is open. But it's not phony. It's the truth. Uh-huh. People have, they are concerned about their nutrition. They realize that fruits and vegetables can, help their body be strong and be healthy.
Jimmy's not really eating fruits and vegetables.
Right. And that's the thing is people are just more aware of that right now. So I think that's why they've been more open to purchasing Juice Plus. The Tower Gardens used to be a relatively small part of our business, but they're blowing up now. People want to grow their own food. And the other thing is that, a lot of people are hurting financially, and we help lots of people start a business, share Juice Plus, and make a little extra money on the side. So I was wondering, given your situation, is that something that I could, give you a little more info about?
Which part?
About learning more about Juice Plus and how to make a little extra money with that.
Yeah, that would give me something to do. That's awesome.
Oh, that's good. Well, when will you not have anything to do? But so I'm going to send you over a video. If I send you over a video, actually 2 videos, could you watch them? They're only about 5 minutes long, and then I'll check back in with you and we can see what resonated for you.
Absolutely.
Great. I'll send them right now and I'll check back with you in like 20 minutes.
Sounds good, Doug.
All right, Jimmy Dean.
Jimmy
All right,
Dean's
so
mother.
that I didn't even get to recreation, occupation, recreation, money. I could talk to any one of you guys for an hour just thinking about form. Now you have to understand, I'm a guy that has bought and read books with titles like How to Networking for Introverts and People Who Hate Networking. Like, it's a skill. Business people know how to use form, and it's really just good conversation. Remember, be more interested than interesting.
Have lots of conversations going. It's okay. They don't all have to end, Be a good conversationalist.
We need some feedback, some popcorn from other people, some ideas, some thoughts, some feelings about what we're saying. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
I love it, Nicole, because I'm sorry, very fast. How Sharon was replying and responding to you, kind of like short, dry, and you were like, what do I say next? I experienced that a lot. Like, not everybody opens up that fast or humble enough to say, oh man, I'm going crazy with these kids, whatever. They're just like, okay, I'm great. I'm doing fine. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, the short answers.
Yeah. Anytime you ask somebody, how are you? you're going to get like fine, right? But then if you say, how are you really? Like, what's going on? You're going to get a bigger answer, right? So you can delve deeper and get past that surface. I like
Or
the way
to
you picked up
open-
on that. That's good.
Aren't some of those books like What to Say? There's a book called What to Say that teaches you about how to ask questions that are more open-ended. So if I were to say, Nicole, how are you doing? I mean, to somebody that's really wants to have a conversation with you, they would be, that could go for an hour. You know what I mean? But if it's really easy for them to say, oh, we're doing great. And that's it. You hear nothing. So
you could say something like, well, how are you handling every day? Like what's that like? Like, you're still asking, how are you? But you're being more specific. You're delving deeper.
right. So let's kind of ask more of like everyone, if somebody else has some ideas. So when we get those short answers, like if we ask not the perfect question, if we just say, hey, how's it going? And they just say, great. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is awkward now because they just literally gave me a one-word answer on Facebook. What would you say next? Or what's another idea? How could I have said that question differently?
Oops. You can unmute if you unmuted. You want to raise your hand? Or
Yeah, okay. Well, is that somebody else? Go ahead.
Alani.
Go ahead, Nalani.
Oh, okay. Like you say, like you said, Doug, I start out first by looking at what's going on their timeline. And I find something that they, that they're doing, and I ask them about it or I comment on it. However, if I do get somebody that just says, I'm great, I'm fine, and that's all they say, then I ask them another question a little bit differently. But just like Sharon said, a little bit, to say the same thing, but in a much different way.
Yeah.
And that helps because then they will answer a little bit differently. And the next question won't be an open-ended question, how did you find this to be? Whatever it is that I was, if I looked at what they were doing, then the next question would be, oh, I saw that you did so-and-so. Tell me more about that. What was that like? So that opens it up a little bit more.
Hey, and this, guys,
That's
that's why we recommend like a book like How to Win Friends and Influence People. This isn't just for like Juice Plus. This is in life. Some people struggle. I mean, if you're somebody that feels a little awkward in conversation sometimes, it might be the way you converse with people. So I think those are really good skills to learn. And I always come back to the whole, like, be interested in people.
Or care more about them.
Yeah.
Than your agenda or yourself.
I've heard some people have said to me as I talk to this one-on-one with them, yeah, but like, how long are you going to talk to somebody before you talk to Juice Plus or talk about Juice Plus? I don't know. It might be a really long time. I mean, if it's not, sometimes it's not appropriate to bring it up. What if Sharon got furloughed from the conversation? I did pivot to trying to help her, but there's other situations.
But you could have said, sorry to hear that.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did.
Just making sure.
But, somebody, who's had a personal loss in their family or something like that, you're going to care more about the person and really invest in that relationship, All
right, Melissa has a question about follow-ups. Go ahead, give us some scenarios, Melissa.
Before we go to follow-up, can I
Go ahead, Kelly.
something?
Yeah.
So y'all's role play was awesome, by the way. But I will, like, in conversation, I think that's the power of events too, because like you're conversating, and then here you have this event, you can say, oh, like, hey, it was so good talking to you the other day, or, you either stop responding and kind of come back with the invite to the event. Like, I was thinking of you. I know we were just talking earlier or yesterday, but this event's happening tonight, and I think you'll like really tell them why you think they would benefit from it and enjoy it, and what kind of value they could receive from it. So I think that's kind of like the power of always having events on the calendar, virtual, especially right now, is because in these random sprinkles of conversations, you can also use it, and they might say no, but at least you planted the seed. But wait, so tell me more about that event though. Like, I won't be able to make it, and it just kind of can open the door for Juice Plus. So I just wanted to add that
I
there.
like that too.
You want to go to,
Can we go to the next thing? No.
well, somebody had a question about a follow-up.
Oh, me.
I'm sorry, yes.
And I wanted to add to the what Kelly just said. I actually did that yesterday during the Blitz. I reached out to a couple people that had done the a recipe event that Bridget and Dana were doing, and then I kind of messaged them, did the same thing. Easy connection, but and maybe I didn't approach some people the right way, but I have some coworkers that I just sort of reached out and shot a general email, and I included the video right away because these are friends, but maybe not people I see all the time. So I sort of, they maybe already know my story. I shared a little bit of it, and then it's just like crickets. And I don't, some people I don't know how to reapproach, or I don't know. Maybe like I said, maybe I didn't approach it correctly to begin with. Wondering how to do those situations.
Go ahead.
I can say something to that. You can, when you are sending it out, like if they don't respond, sometimes it takes some courage. I'm like, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I just send another message and I say, hey, did you see my message above? I know I personally, between notifications on my watch and, just coming in at me all the time, like I miss messages. So, I just wanted to see if you got it. No worries if not. Like super no pressure, but just double messaging. And because some people really do, they open it and they totally forget. And because we're bombarded constantly all day with our phones notifying us about stuff. And so I don't know if you feel comfortable doing that, but that's something that I'm like, okay.
I actually followed up with a girlfriend who's a customer and never saw her message.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, and she's like, sorry, the gummies are great. I can't get on the Zoom. It's crazy. And I was like, where did this come from? So yeah, that's a good idea. Because I think we're all home and getting all kinds of messages. So thank you.
You're
I also
welcome.
think there's a couple of schools of thought when it comes to doing messages in the first place. A few of us are in this group that are doing this challenge and for a month, and we do these things called message blitzes, which is one of the things we're going to talk about today. In a message blitz, you really reach out to a lot of people. And I think some people in the group are very direct in their blitzing, and they blitz a lot of people. Whereas my approach, obviously, I don't want to teach that I have the only approach for me, that my approach is right, but I don't like go right after them like, hey, how's it going? Haven't talked to you in a while. We got some great stuff going on with the Tower Gardens. I wonder if you check out a video and let me know what you think. And then you send them the video. Whereas some of the teachers out there, like Ray Higdon, would probably say, do that. And if you message 100 people, you're going to get 10 people that might watch that video, maybe, so, but I think you have to, if you're going to go, with the resource in the beginning, you're going to have less of a percentage of follow-throughs than if you have a conversation and then ask for permission to give the resource.
Yeah, that's good, Doug. Yeah.
But I'm not saying that other way doesn't work. There's people that do that, and it depends. How many friends do you have? How many kind of like cold market friends do you have? Some people have like 4,999 Facebook friends, and they can afford to just literally blitz them because the numbers game is in their favor. But if you have 300 or 400 friends on Facebook, you're probably going to want to have more personal interaction with them.
I'll talk about blitzing. So we're in this action game. And so we get a point if we go and we sit at the computer for 20 minutes with other people. And there's just something about that, because we don't report to an office, that it's fun to do it with other people. It makes no sense, right? That we just make that time, we carve it out of our day. And I used to talk about doing it alone. You set the timer. So if you can't be on a blitz, you set the timer for like 20 minutes. And it seems so small, right? But what happens is you start getting momentum. It's just like when you go for a walk for just 10 minutes, you're going to probably walk longer than 10 minutes. So getting that ball rolling, that snowball rolling of blitzing really means that you're getting as much done as possible within 20 minutes. You're setting that timer, just like if you set the timer to clean the house for 20 minutes, like, all right, let's go. So that's part of the blitzing, just the urgency, trying to do it really quickly, but personalizing for sure. But also blitzing, and the real term of what people think is doing it, but not responding right then. And what that does is that sets you up for the rest of the day to be able to respond to those conversations because you've initiated. It's kind of like you going on and posting on Facebook or you going live on Facebook. People are then going to respond to that. So blitzing is kind of like taking control of your business for 20 minutes and then having that be the snowball for the rest of the day. One blitz I did, well, 2 blitzes I did pretty fantastic. And like somebody else mentioned, it was when there was an event. I have a hard time blitzing when I don't really have like a direction. So if you think of a direction, a focus, you know, is it Tower Garden? Do you want to tell them something about the Tower Garden? He's going to share this cook-off thing. If you have a direction, it's a lot easier to blitz and put your personal self and think of them personally. But the other thing is blitzing on what's a good next step for this particular person. And you're going through your, either your list. I have a memory jogger list on Google. So I could think of that person, hey, what's the next step? What's a new conversation? Because sometimes conversations die. That's why invites to a new event is a good thing, or just switching it up, you know, as to how you're saying about the same event. Because we're having the same event every Wednesday, but you could say it a little differently. Hey, my community is putting this on Wednesday night. I'm speaking, or my friend is speaking, or I would love for you to come on, bring your mom, or you know, bring your spouse because they're not on Juice Plus, but you are. I mean, there's different ways you can say the same thing, but in a different way. So blitzing is awesome. 20 minute is really good.
Let's get
If I
another
could
little.
comment on that, Sharon, I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. Yeah, no, it's good.
Oh,
We don't want
I
to.
was gonna say, I never in my like experience have bought into that text blitzing. I always thought it was something silly, like it didn't make sense. But since we've had this May Madness thing and it's part of our requirement and I get on, it really works. I'll tell you, because you sit there and I don't know about you guys, but I have that, you know, there's so many things in this place I can distract. I mean, it's endless. Yeah. But for that 20 minutes, I literally have my little worksheet like that and I've got it all and I'm ready, because at first we all talk about what is it you're targeting. So everybody says whether it's a Dr. Phillips event or prospect. And then you have, once everybody gets started, that clock is going, so it's almost like a race against time. And like Doug said, I mean, sometimes I have a generic message to send out to you about events, but yesterday I only got 6 people in those 20 minutes because I was customizing each message for the prospect that I was going to follow up with, that I've already talked about the business. And I actually got 2 people who came back. And it's so exciting during that time because at the end, they take the timer off and then people share their experience. So if you haven't done it, I mean, maybe we won't even think of it like as a team thing to do, because it really is encouraging to hear, you know, people doing the same exact thing and watching them, because you have that accountability that you're going to sit there and just do it. Like, it makes so much sense now. So if you haven't bought into it, you got to try it.
And if you guys want us to try a team blitz that we do one evening or something, it's only like a 30-minute process. Put it in the chat. Say, yeah, let's blitz. Let's blitz. I want to hear
I'm thinking we could blitz at the end of Wednesday.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, take maybe 10, 15 minutes of our end time or something and just do it. It makes sense.
Can we hear from Bridget Graham, another perspective on blitzing? She's been participating. All right, unmute.
There she is.
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
There. Hi. Yeah, I feel the same way Sandy just said. I always thought blitzing sounded weird or corny, and it's been awesome. So I think I've done just 3 this week so far, and I always end up going longer. Like we do a cutoff at 20, and then sometimes in my group they're like, all right, anybody want to do another 20? Stay on the call, and we do.
Oh.
So yeah, and yeah, I was nervous to do it, but I'm looking forward to them now. And it does help to have a focus. Like if I sit down, spend 5 minutes ahead of time, right, what am I going to reach out about? That definitely helps. I can reach more people.
What are some of the topics that you've blitzed about?
2 of the times it was about events, inviting people to events. And then the other 2 times where I targeted some customers that had canceled in the last year or so, and I reached out to them, just checking in to see how they were doing, and I'd say like I probably only reached out to about 7 or 8, but I'd say about 5 got back to me. So we kind of have a conversation going again.
Yeah, because Bridget's in it for the long haul. Look, she's young. She's going to do this for probably the next 50 years. Why not? These people are going to come back? Are you kidding me?
No, I only eat meat, so I just placed 2 orders last week for like over $800 each. Yeah, I'm keeping my
Okay.
All right, so
stocks.
let's.
That's what I eat.
I wanted to show you guys.
Thank you, Bridget.
So we were talking about having a topic to reach out to people on, a focus, if you will. Let's call it a focus.
Yes.
Let me show you guys this. So another idea is, instead of doing form where you have to start a conversation about whatever, if you're my friend, or let's say this, if I have something going on in my life and I'm excited about it, like maybe you're speaking on Sharon's Got Veggies next Wednesday night. Wouldn't it be easy to do what I'm doing? So I'm in this tower to table cook-off thing, okay? Some of you might already be going to this. There's 4 chefs. I'm one of the chefs, and I get to make a dish online live at this event. So check this out. So what I'm doing is, let me show you guys my messages. Oh, there's nothing personal in here. We're taking a risk. Okay, let's go with Ratha.
Rata.
Does she go by that?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Here's what I know. All right. I talk to her husband most of the time, but I'm friends with her. And I just reach out and say, hey, so I was invited to be a guest chef on the Tower to Table Cook-Off event, Facebook on Tuesday. I'm not really a chef, but I love Tower Gardens, and I can make an awesome pesto. It's really her pesto.
Yeah.
Well, you know
That's
what.
what I'm wondering
So
about.
here I go. Can I invite you to the event? I need some supports and votes. It should be fun and entertaining. Sure. I bet you're a great chef with your tower gardening. I mean, it just goes. I mean, who's going to say no to that? Hi, Melissa. Yes, invite me. Who knows what he wrote? Got to get the votes. So he asked that I FedEx over some pesto first. So I just go down the line and I just keep, oh, check this one out. This one's great. So I talked to Nicole about it. And I asked her if she wants to go to the event. There it is. Yes, for sure. I'm actually in the process of cleaning up my patio so I can try to get this. She means get a tower garden. So then we get it right into the conversation. The only thing holding us up is that it's on back order right now. So she's like, just keep me posted. Oh, good. She said, if I'm able to pre-order, I didn't see that option. Boom. So I got a tower garden sale from inviting people to the event. So the moral of the story is, if you get involved in something, like create some excitement. Sometimes that's just posting, on your, what was that idea I had earlier? Oh, so, because everybody can do something. Oh, this is what it was. What if I was going to go live with my tower garden, or to talk about how to make a smoothie? Hey, I'm going to go live at 2:00 today, showing people how to make a smoothie, with our Juice Plus vegan powder. I need some fans on there. I need to see some friendly faces. Would you be able to hop on and support me? Just that kind of thing. Don't even try to sell them anything.
Right.
You don't need to sell them anything. I wasn't asking Melissa for a sale, but she says, hey, is that on back order? Can I order it right now? I mean, 2 of them were asking about that. So, it just gives you something to talk about. So
it's conversation, it's exposure, it's education. That's what we do. We do the activity. You don't get hung up on the results.
Kelly had a great
Results will
comment earlier. She said, as we post on our walls, so you think about it. Sometimes, how you'll post like a healthy article, how to make pesto, all these different things. It kind of brands you as the healthy lady or the healthy guy, or the guy that's a hydroponic, aeroponic gardener or whatever. And then as you message them, maybe they ghost you, but then, oh, here comes that post again. There's Doug going crazy with that tower garden. Oh gosh, I forgot to get back to him. and it just keeps you in their brain. Okay, so it all kind of works together, but we never have to be super salesy or like weird or anything like that. It works.
Hey, Doug, can I share something?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I met this lady and I'm not even sure what the product is that she sells. Like she was interested in Juice Plus. She ordered Juice Plus, and I just never really went into the conversation of what her product is. But I was on the receiving end of her text blitz, and I was like irritated because it's so different how we do than what we do it. But she is with this other company, and she said, okay, so what's holding you back? Let's get you started already. And and then she put a link to a video I did click on the video, but that was like one of her messages. It had a few other things in there, but that was the gist of it. Like, look, we've already talked about this. You should know what this is by now. Let's just get your order in. I've never had a serious conversation with her. I watched one video. I still don't even know what the product is exactly. And it wasn't at all personalized to me. And it was more just like, let's put your order in. And then, she put a link to a video, but she didn't tell me what the video was. It was a doctor, I think it was a doctor talking, but I didn't know what the video was going to be about. And she didn't ask me if I wanted it either. And there was not the conversation of, hey, I have this video. I mean, we would do it this way. I just watched this video by this doctor. He was explaining XYZ. It really connected with me because of this. I remembered our conversation you and I had, and I think that you might be interested in hearing what he has to say. Would you like me to send you the video? At that point, I would then be choosing, yeah, I am interested in that. That does connect with what my need is. I would like to hear what this doctor says. I'm much more likely to watch that video, or even some credentials of who this doctor is that he's talking and what he's going to be talking about. I had no idea to click on a video that was 40 minutes long. Do I want to invest 40 minutes in this? Like, I don't even know what this video is. Why would I spend 40 minutes trying to figure out what the product is or like what's going to be saying? I watched maybe the first 5 minutes of it, lost interest, and moved on. And it may be a product that I really would be interested in and could benefit from, but I've never had a serious conversation with her because it's always just surface of what this even is. And so the benefit of Juice Plus is it's fruits and vegetables. Like, that's not a hard concept for people to understand, but if they don't really know that that's what it is, it's how we get into those conversations with the Blitz. I was just one more person who got that message. She probably has a list of people she's talked to, and she just sent that message to everyone. And I felt like I was a part of a Blitz. It wasn't personalized. It wasn't even at the level that I was. Like, how could she be asking me, like, if I want to order when I've never even had a true conversation about what it is or what my need would be, so be careful when you are blitzing with those. Ask for permission to send them the information. They're going to be more likely to watch it because they've agreed to it once. You try to get somebody to agree to something 3 times, that's like mentally our brains go in that direction. Saying yes 3 times to something solidifies that decision to really go ahead and watch it. So there's a process of steps that you go through to bring about that conversation in a way that really is legitimate back and forth conversation versus just sending out a message. So yeah. I like to always think, have I asked their permission to send them a video, ask their permission to invite them to events? And even if it's just, would you like to stay on my event list and updated on what's coming out? Or we have amazing doctors that speak all the time. Do you want me to keep you in the loop on those? And people always say yes. Most of the time they say yes, but it's really the personal side of it. What's their next step, that blitz to them, what that message to them, mm-hmm. What's their next step versus just sending out a blanket one to everyone.
Right. So it's kind of like if you find yourself copy, paste, it's like a warning. You might be doing something that's not going to help you as much as you think.
Right. So I want to call on Karen because she's been blitzing and she's got a lot of action happening. Can you give us some scenarios of what you blitzed and what a result or two might be?
So I always tell my team to learn from me because I always did everything wrong in the beginning. So when we did the action game years ago, and we got points for reaching out and whatever, we never had, the key to this one is they have to respond back. So I used to copy paste, like, you know, and I got response. I always ended up getting customers, but I got way less percentage. Like the percentage wasn't nearly as good. So this time during the Blitz, and Doug, I love the 8 a.m. Blitz. Like that's the only one I can make in my day. Because once that day starts, man, forget it. I maybe am reaching out to 15 people in the 20 minutes, 25 minutes, because I am making it more personal. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about something we've either talked about, I'm thinking about health issues, I'm thinking about, and I am getting, 75% or higher response from everybody. Like they're responding. And some of them are responding, no, I'm not interested. But in my mind, and I'm at that comfortable place. In the beginning, it was hard. I'm like, great, move on. Like, at least I know I don't have to waste my time on you anymore. That sounds terrible, but you know, at least I know I don't have to worry about them anymore. So I like getting the nose, but I like getting, I have 11 orders this month and it's the 8th. And it's because I have really made it more personal and reached out to people. And I think instead of the copy paste. So it takes longer, but it's so much more effective.
So I'm wondering, can
Examples.
we open our 8 a.m. Blitz to everyone? Are we allowed?
I don't know.
Do an 8:30 one for the team, and I'll stay on that one.
Oh, that's a good idea.
All right, we're gonna do
I'm all in.
Anybody who wants to go on the Blitz?
Yeah.
Well, I just listened to something. Sandy's worried about blitzing at 8 or 8:30, but I just listened to Fraser Brooks. He's like, you can't worry about when people are going to respond. They have that option of responding or not and having their phone on or not. You just do you. You do, and people might say, hey, she's really on it this morning, you know? So funny.
Well, and you could even say, hey, I'm a busy mom. I'm so sorry. This is early. This is a good time for me to reach out. Like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah. I haven't had a problem. Or just do Messenger. Just do Facebook Messenger then if you're worried.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm not doing it on text. I'm doing it on Messenger because text is a little more personal.
Yeah.
Can you put
when we'll see you at 6:30.
Yeah. Can you put in here like an example or read us an example of, you know, something you felt was good?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I'd have to go back.
Well, you could just put it in the chat maybe.
Put it in the chat, yeah.
I'll look and see. All right. I'll look and see what I can find.
All right, so let's go back to this document on Freedom Revolution. This is the same exact one. I mean, we can look at this page for hours. All right, so so remember, you have the conversation. Then we have verbiage. Like, so some people wonder, like, how am I going to introduce Juice Plus? Well, the next thing on there says verbiage to introduce Juice Plus. I would love to have Stacy Turner, if I can put you on the spot.
Sure.
You see that top line there? So if you're talking to me on Facebook or on the phone or whatever, and I'm just, let's say we're talking about life and I'm saying, well, and you see where it says verbiage to introduce Juice Plus? I want you to kind of use that, and then you're going to tell your story at the end like it says. But if I say to you, I don't know, Stacy, it's just, I'm just so like tired and I keep, you know, the kids are sick all the time. I don't know.
Allergies are
It's just, I just feel like we're getting hammered over here.
Do I have to start out with I have no idea?
Oh, you're gonna freestyle.
Okay, good. I would like, are we talking or texting?
Let's talk because we're talking right now.
Okay. You know, I totally get that because that was a lot of our family's story years ago. Jarrett's health was not in a great place. I had been sick a lot as a kid and I just didn't feel well most of the time. I was tired a lot, but I didn't really realize how bad it was until we got through that. Like, how long have you been struggling with this?
It's been like 2 years.
So you're just tired and
we keep getting sick. We keep getting sick. It seems like it's recurring.
So what would you guys say you've done, you know, to try to get over that? Because I know for us, you know, way before I learned anything on the nutritional side of things, it was just we went to the doctor to get us well.
Yeah.
And, you know, we just kept going back to the doctor, but I was frustrated because we weren't really seeing better health. We would just kind of get over one thing just long enough to get to the next one. So like, what have you guys tried to help, you know, get through these?
When we get sick, we go to the doctor, you know, and I just kind of keep pushing, and, you know, I'm tired, but I got to live life.
Yeah, I get it. So I'm just wondering too, you know, I have no idea if this is something you've looked into or if you're interested, but what have you guys done to support yourself nutritionally? Because that's really what made the biggest difference for us. I just didn't know where to start. And I had a friend that shared something with me that really was the catalyst to help us start making some positive changes that really were very simple. Have you guys looked at into anything on the nutrition side of things?
I mean, we just try not to go to fast food and stuff.
Yeah. And we were notorious for that. Like, eating out was easy. It was quick. It was fast. And I didn't realize how much sugar we were eating. And that plays a role too. But what I really found made the biggest difference was getting enough fruits and vegetables into our diet. I was good about eating veggies, but Colin just was not. He was so picky. And Jarrett wasn't opposed to them. We just weren't really making it, you know, a big priority. And I had no idea we were supposed to be eating 7 to 9 every day. And I mean, that was like impossible for us to do. So I met a lady that shared with me that you could get fruits and vegetables in a capsule. And I was like, what? Like, where's this been my whole life? Like, this is it. And I really didn't understand the power of fruits and vegetables then, but I knew it must play some role because everything I was reading said to eat more fruits and vegetables. And I listened to a cassette tape because this was 17 years ago. And the information on that like really opened my eyes to the power of prevention, which is not something I ever understood before. And so I don't know, like I said, if you're interested in this or not, but it's been a game changer for us. It's absolutely changed our whole family's life. I even used these capsules as a prenatal for my kids, for 2 of our babies. Have you ever heard of Juice Plus before?
No, but it seems like a good thing.
Yeah, and the good thing is it's been around for like 25 years, so it's not this brand new product. If I send you a video, would you guys want to watch it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'll check it out.
Awesome. I'll send you my 3 favorite videos first, and then once you watch those, write down any like questions you have. There were things I didn't really, you know, grasp at first that I came back to my friend Sharon and asked her about. So if there's anything that stands out to you, just write those down, and then I'll connect back with you in a couple of days. But I'm really excited for you to see this. I'll share more of my story later on, but I just really want you to get this initial information in. But I know that it can help you, and that's really my heart in sharing this with you. I don't want to leave you where you at when I know the health recovery we've had. So I'll send you those videos. Will that work?
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. So where are you guys going on vacation this summer?
Oh, probably just into the blow-up pool in the backyard.
So I just ended with that because that's how I would move it along. I don't have to stay on the conversation and present Juice Plus and explain it and tell them all about it and tell my full story. I just want to pique their interest, connect it to their need, and then connect them to a resource. The resource is the videos. I told her I'm going to follow up with her in a couple of days, so it's not going to feel awkward when I circle back around to her. She committed to taking the fruits and, you know, to watching the video. She said, or you, not she, you said, you know, that you were not really doing anything nutritional wise. You didn't know where to start. So then I just moved the conversation along. It doesn't have to be a Juice Plus presentation. If I'm in presenting mode, my heart's not in the right place. My job is not to convince somebody. I have no desire to convince somebody to order anything.
And I'll tell you what I just took away from that was an aha for me, is she moved it on to another topic that maybe she would typically talk to this person about. So then it's more of like not a big deal. It wasn't like, okay, now I'm done talking about Juice Plus.
Okay,
all right, I'll talk to you
up.
about you hang up the phone. Did you guys notice on the screen share that I'm doing that she moved right into sharing education? And then she also moved into setting up a follow-up appointment. Yeah, it says here where you really nail the person down to a time. I think a lot of us don't really do that. And I'm okay doing that because I'm just going to. Sharon followed up with Stacy like 6, 7, 8 times. Okay, they're not going to listen to it by the time you do an appointment. You're going to keep following back up. It's okay. You probably do the same thing with people too. So you just keep circling back around. And I'll tell you what, though, you notice that that wasn't a departure from what she typically would do. She follows this system. And I'll tell you what, I guarantee you that she's ready to plant a seed for the business too. That's why Stacy's a national marketing director. She gets full benefits and makes a great salary because she uses the system. You know, make sure you guys study. And this is right here on the Freedom Revolution. You know, we could look at it. There's more and more verbiage.
So let's continue it, Doug, where I would bring it into the business. Okay.
So I listened to it. I actually listened to it on the first time. You call me up and let's start there.
Okay. So, hey, Doug, I just wanted to circle back to you. I was thinking about you guys this morning and wondering what you thought of the videos that I sent the other day.
It really makes a lot of sense. You know, I think Sharon and I need it for sure, and definitely for the kids too.
Yeah, well, and I just kept thinking about what you were sharing with me, and I know how life altering that is to be sick all the time, and I don't want you guys to stay there. So I would love to help you guys get started. So you guys are both wanting to do the trio. What did you think of the Omega video?
I mean, I know you're healthy and stuff. So, I mean, if you think that's good for us too, I think we should just do all of it. I mean, it's
well,
just, how is
that's
it?
What I was going to recommend. Yeah, so we do the trio capsules and we do the omegas. I really find that I'm just more calm when I take the omegas consistently. And then we love the shake because it's just an easy meal. We put that into our food budget. I don't have to think about what's something healthy I can eat. I just make a shake, whether that's for breakfast for all of us, for the kids, or even on nights where I just don't feel like cooking, we can do that instead of going through the drive-thru somewhere. So we just put that into our food budget because it is food. And then the Juice Plus we take out of our medical budget because I'm not paying for medical bills anymore. I was paying co-pays and prescription drugs and that sort of thing, but that's kind of just shifted to that side of it. So I really do recommend all three. Do you think that the shake is something you guys would be able to fit into your daily routine or even a couple times a week?
I don't know. I mean, how much is all this going to cost me, Stacy?
Well, I think that's one of my most exciting parts, or no, I wouldn't say that. I would say, you know, that's one of the things I love the most about Juice Plus is that it's really affordable. When I look at what I spend at the store for groceries or just for fruits and vegetables themselves, and then how many I find at the back of the, drawer and that have gotten rotten that I didn't even realize were in there, it's so frustrating to waste money on that. But if I for me and for Jarrett and two of our kids to be on Juice Plus, we're looking at like $2.50 a day for one adult. I mean, if I sent you to Walmart with $2.50, how much produce could you come back with?
Not a whole lot.
It's not a lot. So to be able to get that for me and one of the kids is amazing. So let's just say we had already talked about the children's health study or the family healthy starts. I won't go into that right now, but both of your kids are able to get their Juice Plus for free. Yeah. And so let's move through. So let's say you're ready. Yeah, we want to order the trio and the shake. Let's say you get to that point. So I would say, I can see that Juice Plus really makes sense to you. And I'm just curious, have you thought of anyone else in your life that could benefit from better nutrition? I know when I heard about this, I immediately thought of my parents and my sister. I had a couple of friends that had picky kids, and I knew I was going to be sharing with them. Has anyone come to your mind?
Well, yeah, my brother's a mess. He needs it more than I do.
Does he have a lot of health issues right now?
Yeah. He's got high blood pressure. He's overweight. He's limping around. He's got gout and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think this might be something you're interested in too, because it's like once you know this and you know about this, it's hard not to share it with other people. It just kind of starts naturally coming into conversation.
Well,
and
I sent the video you sent me, the first one, over to him. He didn't answer me back or anything yet, but
Yeah.
thought it seemed like it made sense.
Right. So if you're finding yourself sharing this, this might be something that you would like to do is partner with us. We pay $52 a year to partner with the company, and then you've got unlimited resources, connections to videos and doctors and information that you can pass along to other people. We do health events together. You know, it's really about making an impact, person by person, family by family. That's how health really starts to change in a community even. And plus you get money back on your own order. I remember you posting something not too long ago about your company downsizing. Has that affected you personally?
Yeah, they cut back on the hours, so like I'm not even full time now.
Yeah. How has that impacted your family's finances?
It's hard. That's why I'm just concerned about, I mean, this is good. I mean, I don't want the kids to be sick anymore, and I want to feel better, but it is tough to make ends meet.
And that's where a lot of families are finding themselves now. You know, when you're looking at what you pay for copays and, you know, sick visits and cold medicine, I can either invest in that or put money towards that like we were, or invest in my health where actually staying healthy. And when people are looking at job loss, if people are sick and missing work all the time, they're going to be more likely to be laid off. So staying healthy right now is more important than ever, especially for your family. So I want to make sure that this is something you guys can not only budget by and continue taking, because it's long-term of taking Juice Plus, you're going to see the benefits, but also, you know, let's work together. We could build some extra income for your family. You're already sharing it with other people. That's what we do, you know, thinking of people in our life, who could we help, and passing information along to them and connecting them back to me. But it's not something you do alone. We do it together, and I'll help you with that. Like you said, you've already shared it with your brother. I'm sure there's other people, you know, that are coming to mind. If I sent you a couple of videos about who the company is and kind of what this would look like, would you be open to watching those?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Okay.
it sounds good. It'll definitely help pay for it, and who knows? Maybe it'll, you know, I'll be able to make a little bit of extra money.
Awesome. Well, I'll send those to you, but this seems like it makes sense to you. So let's go ahead and put you into the system. Let's get you started, and then you'll get a username and password to your virtual office, and then I'll help you put your orders in.
Awesome. Thanks, Stacy.
You bet.
Yay! Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Stacy.
Yep. That's really like the conversation I have.
Right. You just relax, right? You just ask questions. You're not worried
Very
about
conversational.
what you want.
Right.
And it doesn't always go where they say yes. You know, they may want to watch the videos first. They may want to talk to their husband first. They may have to get on 6, you know, different educational exposures. It doesn't matter. Just have the conversation. And
I took it easy on you at the end, but there was the point. I did try to get her a little, I wanted to be a little harder on her. I just said it's expensive or something like that, you know, and how am I going to pay? What's all this going to cost me, Stacy? You know, that kind of thing. Something a guy might say, right? So it's like, and you guys see her response? Well, that's the best part. That was her response. That's the best part. You know, I'm going to get all this, all the 30 fruits and vegetables for like $2.50 a day.
Yeah. Awesome.
So just take it easy. Don't get freaked out.
Right.
Yeah. And don't expect something right then. You don't have to expect that they're going to do anything. When you have an expectation, or if I have an expectation, my heart's not in the right place. Like, above all else, how can I serve them? In not sharing the business with him, that would not be serving him well. I knew he had a need financially because of the post he had made on Facebook. His whole family was getting on it. Like, who am I not to share that? That wouldn't be serving him well to hold back on that.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. We have a lot to serve people with. We have a lot of options. You guys hold a lot of options for people. That's what you got to look at. Lots of gifts. Okay, we're going to go, guys. It's 1:01.
We're going to land the plane because the Blue Angels are flying over here in about 15 minutes. We're going to get up on the roof.
So Wednesday, be ready to be blitzing confirmations about your event invitations that you already did for fruits and veggies Wednesday night, or some other blitz. We'll do blitzing.
We could blitz about the
during our lunch and learn.
Well, and you can do your own blitz
yeah, you can
too.
do whatever kind of blitz.
Do your own blitz. We got the shred starting up on Monday. There's always something going on. Whatever you're excited about, that's what you should be talking about and posting about.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to do all the events.
Real quick, it's Sharon. I just want to, are there scheduled blitzes for today that can count for March Madness?
We don't know. You have to check that group.
Check that
but
group.
We're
yeah.
going to do, I forgot, we're going to do Monday, Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. on this line, blitzes.
Okay.
I know for mountain time, that's rough. So 8:30, Monday, Wednesday on this line. And of course, lunch and learns Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And so we'll try to integrate blitzing in the lunch and learns a little bit. Okay.
Okay. And one of the shred 10 that starts Monday, do we have a call for that?
No.
Before it starts Monday?
Just send
guidance.
videos, just get people interested, put them in that group. There's an announcement post that helps to educate them.
Okay, so pretty much I can just take the post from the Shred 10 page and just share that through my stuff and just run with it. I don't have to try to
Conversations are the best.
conversations. Okay, and you guys will be posting the recipes, or is that what we find in the book?
There, or they're on the freedomrevolution.com. The shred cookbook is on the index.
Yeah, just share from that.
freedomrevolution.com, revolution password.
Okay.
Okay,
All
now
right.
Lisa, she has one scheduled for 8 p.m. tonight, May Madness people who are participating. All right, guys. Yeah, if you have more questions, I'm willing to stay on an extra 5 minutes because I'm not trying to set up the roof. So if you have a couple questions, I'm here. And then I'll turn off the recording. I love the skits. Loved it, loved it. Thank you, Stacy, for your contributions.
Yeah, that was very helpful. Thank you so much.
Stacy's awesome. I met her at the trade show.
Hey, Sharon.
Yes.
So I'm looking back, like I came on late, but anywho, I've kind of been learning about like the mass tax and the invites and stuff like that. And I feel like I've done an error too many times of just like sending an invite with a quick little message and not making it personal. And for whatever reason, today I have like this conviction that I want to like reach back out and take time with each invite that I've had. And so I've just done this first one. I don't know if this sounds right, but I don't want to apologize, but I want to like explain my many invites that I've suddenly sent to friends, right? So here's an example of one that I did. I'm up for constructive criticism if I need it so that I can tweak it and fix it with anyone else moving forward. So here's an example of a mom that I've sent a couple of invites to with a very short blurb and not much explanation. I put, "Hi, Mindy. How's everything going with you and Connor," which is a classmate of Emma. Emma misses her friends at school. "I would like to follow up and explain the events that I've been sending to you. My family and I have been taking Juice Plus fruit and veggie capsules and gummies, and the results from taking these products have excited me to want to share the benefits with all my mommy friends. The products help busy moms like us ensure we and our kids are consuming enough fruits and vegetables daily, which in turn helps increase energy levels, supports our immune system, help my Emma stop suffering from constipation, and the list goes on. Would you be interested in seeing some videos on the products?" Done. If I take that approach with more of the people I've sent invitations to without making it personal and of course tweaking the beginning, do you think that message like is helpful? Did I cater that right? Was I still being too salesy?
Anytime you're sharing your heart and caring about another person. So I'm not sure if I heard you say that you were thinking of them because you talked about why you sent those events and how Juice Plus has helped you, but you haven't said anything about Mary. I know you have autoimmune disorders, and that's why I keep sending these to you. I know too much, that I don't want you to have to go through all that, whatever. So I would just personalize it to the person, and yeah, and keep the conversation short so that you're doing like a tennis match, so that and you might need to be the one with the ball in your court most of the time, but you want to go back and forth a little bit. And
Yeah.
also, you know, I've been sending messages now during this quarantine. I've been sending messages, hey, would love to get on the phone. Do you have time to chat today or tomorrow? You know,
Okay.
get on the phone. Make that 2 people a day that you get on the phone with.
Okay.
You know, that's
Perfect.
a fun thing. All right, I'm gonna go, and
Thanks.
you know, you guys keep on cranking every day. We're making a difference, and it's gonna make a difference for you for your future to keep building this business. All right, guys, have an awesome day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.